If you're visiting Grand Teton National Park, consider yourself lucky, as it's one of the jewels of the national park system. In this video, we'll be visiting all of the major photo spots in the park and perhaps a few others that are less well known. I'll also mention where I have seen animals in my nearly 2 decades of visiting the park. Grand Teton National Park is located entirely in Wyoming and is just south of Yellowstone. We start our journey on Moose Wilson Road, which enters the park near Teton Village. Along this road, you may see moose, bear, beavers, deer, elk, and fox. Toward the end of the Moose Wilson Road, you will come to a large pull-out area called Moose Habitat Overlook. Moose love it here and are best found in the early morning or around sunset. Don't forget to look on the other side of the road, as this is a popular area for elk. The 42-mile loop that can be driven around Grand Teton National Park also cuts through many flats. These areas are where you can discover bison, along with pronghorn, elk, and deer. Don't forget to stay at a safe distance. Bird life is in abundance in the park, with more than 100 different species, from hummingbirds to eagles. Here's a quick tip. My eco tour guide told me that near Mormon Row in the Butte are owls. Next, we come to the Chapel of Transfiguration. This is quintessential Grand Teton National Park. Small log church surrounded by sagebrush and a buck-rail fence, with the Tetons and aspen trees in the background. Brilliant. Taggart Lake is a beautiful alpine lake that is accessed by a hiking trail called the Taggart Lake Trailhead. This round-trip hike is 3.3 miles and fairly easy. Even easier to access, if you get there very early in the morning, is Jenny Lake. You can hike around Jenny Lake, kayak, or take a powerboat to the other side of the lake. On the opposite side is Hidden Falls, Inspiration Point, and miles of beautiful walking trails. We now leave Jenny Lake and head to Jackson Lake and Signal Mountain. You'll find Signal Mountain Lodge overlooking the lake, a viewpoint at Signal Mountain Summit, and also a number of photography opportunities at Coulter Bay, Jackson Lake Dam, and of course, the mighty Tetons as the most incredible background. Jackson Lake Lodge is next. Parking is free, and as you make your way through the lodge, the Tetons come quickly into view, with Mount Moran the focal point from this magnificent observation area. I've seen deer, elk, and moose all around Jackson Lake Lodge. Bear are also regular visitors to this area. Oxbow Bend is a short drive from Jackson Lake Lodge and a favorite for photographers, including the great Thomas Mangelson. Oxbow Bend is home to a variety of birds and animals, including pelicans, great blue herons, muskrats, otters, moose, and bear. The 42-mile loop through Grand Teton National Park is a great way to see animals such as bison and elk. Throw in a buck-rail fence and the Tetons, and you have the perfect Wyoming photo. While driving the Grand Teton Loop, don't forget to pull off at one of the many viewpoints to take in the classic Teton Mountain Range photo. Next, we come to Snake River Overlook, and home to one of America's most famous photographs, taken by one of America's most famous photographers, Tetons in Snake River, by Ansel Adams. Our next stop is Schwabacher's Landing. Don't forget that the Teton Mountain Range faces east, so sunrise is typically best, but check the sunrise and sunset times before you go. This popular spot is easy to get to and very popular in the summer, as you can see here. Moose, bear, elk, and fox are just some of the wildlife that can be seen in this area. And finally, my favorite location, Mormon Row. The two Moulton Barns are located only a few hundred yards apart. The T.A. Moulton Barn is said to be the most photographed barn in the world, as we can see here. There's just something special about Mormon Row in the morning. Bison, pronghorn, and even coyotes have been seen around the barns. Well, there you go. The incredible, amazing, and astoundingly beautiful Grand Teton National Park. For more videos on Grand Teton National Park and travel, please subscribe.